Ladies and gentlemen, we got Raw in Sacramento, California. We are less than 1 week away from WrestleMania in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium, and it's going to be a great show. We got a couple different things anticipated for the show. We got apparently a surprise four-time WWE champ, former champ, coming into the show, according to Michael Cole and some not trusted sources. So we'll talk about that. We are going to be having Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins doing a segment as well. And then we are going to be seeing Bayley going up against Liv Morgan. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning into another edition of Road to Ringside. My name is Justin Winterhoff, and you know the drill. Before the video starts, hit the like button if you were excited to see that Roman Reigns segment. I know he's coming out with the vengeance, especially what happened last week with Seth Rollins and CM Punk and Heyman. Stick around. I have some predictions for that. We will talk about that a little bit later. And guys, comment down below who you think this four-time previous WWE champion is going to be showing their face tomorrow at Raw. Let me know what you think. And of course, we're going to dive right into that right now. So there was a source that Michael Cole apparently came out and said that there's going to be confirmation that there will be a four-time WWE champ showing their face at Monday Night Raw in Sacramento. And what's the significance of this? I don't know. There's a couple different theories that this could be related to, possibly Randy Orton's next opponent, maybe somebody coming in on the Roman segment. I don't know. It's really, really up in the air, and I'm not sure if this is even legit. So we'll have to find out and see. Now, what does this mean? Does this mean a four-time heavyweight champion? Does this mean like a champion like who was a tag team title holder? I'm not really sure. You know, I'm really excited to see how this plays out. Now, of course, let's go through a list of names that this could possibly be. I've heard Goldberg. I've heard Brock Lesnar. I've heard Chris Jericho. I've heard Big E. I've heard, oh my gosh, I've heard so many different names and so many possibilities, guys. But I really think that the one that makes the most sense here is either Goldberg and or Big E. And the reason for that is because we have had some inner kind of rumblings between Goldberg and Braun Breaker. So there might be some relation there. And we also had some Goldberg and Gunther relations as well. So it could really go down to either one of those. I think that would be really cool. I'm not sure. You know, there's been a million podcasts that Goldberg's done. He said he's got one more match left in him. So if he does end up coming to the show, I think he's going to focus his sights on Gunther. But I'm not really sure if that's the way to do it, prior to WrestleMania, especially with the Jey Uso thing. So I'm not sure, but I think Goldberg is a safe bet because obviously Brock Lesnar, we know the situation with him. And then we also know the situation with Chris Jericho. He is in AEW and he is under contract as well. But he did apparently leave the show last Wednesday. He walked off set, and I'm not sure if that's a work or what, but we'll have to see, guys. And if this happens, I hope it's someone cool. But Big E or Goldberg are going to be my picks for this. All right, moving on, we got Bayley going up against Liv Morgan. I think this is going to be match of the night because Liv Morgan is on such a heater right now, guys. Liv Morgan is such a talented individual in the ring, and guys, so is Bayley. Bayley had a really, really awesome match with Lyra Valkyria on Friday Night SmackDown in that women's tag team gauntlet. So obviously, we are getting Lyra Valkyria and Bayley going up against Liv and Raquel for those women's Raw tag team titles. And of course, Lyra is the IC title holder right now. So what I want to ask you guys is what's next for Liv Morgan after this tag run? I'm not 100% certain. I mean, like, listen, I think Liv Morgan is the best woman in the WWE right now. In the ring, on the mic, she just has every characteristic that you could ask for in a wrestler, in a WWE women performer. I think she is phenomenal. So I'm not sure what the next step for her is, but I would love to see her go up against someone like Tiffany Stratton and or Charlotte Flair. Get her off the Raw brand, get her on SmackDown, because I think SmackDown needs a revamp in that women's division. Now, can we see a Bayley face turn? This was teased last week. So after her loss to Lyra Valkyria for the IC title, she walked off. She was upset. She was not happy about the loss she took, but ultimately she did come back in the ring and shake up with Lyra. But guys, this is setting up for a Bayley heel turn, and it's going to be something that is much, much needed. She really needs to revamp her character. Yes, she's beloved. Yes, she's a great in-ring performer. Yes, she's a great promo setter. But guys, she needs a revamp, and it needs to happen quick. So I'm anticipating after WrestleMania, this is going to be the situation with Bayley. And moving on, we got El Grande Americano and Rey Mysterio. This was a confirmed match now going into WrestleMania. And are we going to be getting a promo from El Grande America, who is not Chad Gable? So El Grande America only speaks Spanish, and I'm really not certain as to how that's going to work. But guys, this would be hilarious if El Grande Americano come out, and then he speaks in complete Spanish, gives us a really killer promo, and then of course Rey Mysterio comes out and tries to battle him in some Spanish. I don't know, man. I would really like to see that. This is going to be a fantastic setup and match for WrestleMania 41. I can't wait to see the results to this. I'm really, really hoping they add some stipulations like a mask for mask match where the loser has to take off their mask. I really hope that that's the case. And of course, we all know Rey Mysterio ain't losing a mask for mask match. I think this is going to be something really cool, but there's definitely got to be some added stipulation here. And I hope that they cover this aspect of that during Monday Night Raw. And next up, we're going to be having another Gunther and Jay segment. Now, I think this is going to be Gunther's time to talk because obviously last week Jey Uso had a lot to say. But here's what is Gunther going to be bringing to the table? What is he going to be talking about? Obviously, family was a big component in Jay's promo last week to Gunther. So I'm not really sure if Gunther's going to relay on that or if he's going to kind of just completely shift it to a different direction. But guys, this is the last time we're going to see these two guys prior to WrestleMania. And I think that this is the last time that Jay is going to be able to get any kind of momentum into WrestleMania. I think we need to see Jay kind of let loose a little bit here, sneak attack Gunther and or just interrupt Gunther while he's doing his promo and just go off on him, Any way possible to stay relevant and gain momentum in these segments is going to be huge for Jey Uso. And family, like I said, played a huge part in last week's promo with Jey Uso. Does Gunther have a surprise for us here? Is Gunther going to talk about somebody that he hasn't talked about before? Are we going to see Ilya Dragunov come into the picture again? I'm not really sure. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I mentioning Ilya Dragunov here? What's the point of that? I am only mentioning Ilya Dragunov here because I think that this is the time frame that he is supposed to be coming back. And if he's going to be coming back, he should be coming back to side with Gunther in order to, kind of protect him and help him out. And then he's going to get the title shot next. So that's a long shot. That's a fantasy booking idea. We'll kind of dive into a later video on that. But I think that this is something would be really, really cool to see. We all miss Ilya, and we hope he comes back soon. All right, and then we're going to have the big three guys meeting up once again. CM Punk, Seth freaking Rollins, and Roman Reigns are going to be in the building and obviously talking it out with one another. Now, are we going to be getting, a little bit more in depth on the situation that happened last week with Seth Rollins and CM Punk, and obviously Paul Heyman being in the middle of that? That was a pretty crazy way to end Raw. I was not expecting that. And of course, guys, this is really, really exciting. I hope that this is something that ends the show. I don't want it to start off with it, but, every time I say that, it ends up being the first thing we see in the show. And then the rest of it's just kind of whatever. So I am not really certain here. But of course, Roman Reigns was the one that was advertised for this show. So what part is Roman going to be playing here? What's his angle going to be? Is he going to come at Seth for, messing with the wise man, or is he going to be more focused on CM Punk? This is where the triple threat aspect of things it gets a little blurry because you're not really sure where the next thing is going to happen. But guys, this might be the last time we see them. I'm not sure if they're going to be on SmackDown, but if this is the last time, we need to find out what that favor that Paul Heyman is going to be owing Seth Rollins now. I hope that comes into effect now, and I hope we figure it out now, but we might have to extend it to SmackDown because this is such a really, really hot topic, and we're not really sure what the next step is from here. So I hope that we find out what that favor is sooner than later from Seth Rollins, and we obviously are fresh off of the idea that Heyman is going to be in CM Punk's corner at WrestleMania, and we're still not sure what that really means. Like, yeah, he's me walking out with CM Punk, but how does that play into the Tribal Chiefs, psyche? We'll find out, I hope, on this episode. I can't wait for this segment. It's going to be a fun time. And of course, overall thoughts, we are meeting Logan Paul and AJ Styles face to face. I'm assuming this will be kind of how it's been the last few weeks, where they just kind of meet up, they jump each other, and then that's it. I don't expect anything much else from that, but, I'm excited to see that match because Logan Paul and AJ Styles are both really, really good in the ring, and they probably have really good chemistry. Can't wait to see that. And, of course, the New Day and the War Raiders are confirmed to be wrestling at WrestleMania for those men's Raw tag team titles. And are we going to be seeing Big E at Monday Night Raw? Like I said, that Michael Cole segment thing where he's talking about a former champ coming in, I think this would be the opportunity for Big E to come in and kind of get in the New Day's head, but also we need to refuel that jet for the New Day. These guys they were at the very top of the heel in the company. And I think that this needs to be a segment where they reignite the fuel for the New Day to kind of get that heat back and also be back in the conversation for top heels in the company. So I definitely think that needs to happen. And guys, we are less than 1 week away from WrestleMania 41. I'm so excited. We obviously got the finalized card for everything. We know what's going to be happening and who's going to be going against who, what day, what night. Night one's going to be a little bit of we're going to be kind of just kind of struggling it out until we get that main event with CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. But I can't wait for it, guys. It's going to be a great time. And of course, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like the video, please subscribe, and then also comment on the video if you have not already. But most importantly, subscribe if you haven't already. It would really mean a lot to me. Three away from 30, guys. We're making our name in the world. So I appreciate it. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning into another edition of Road to Ringside. My name is Justin Winteroff. And as always, I will be giving you the Raw review, and then we'll also be previewing SmackDown, and we'll be talking about WrestleMania the whole dang week. So have a good one. We'll talk.